Hello and welcome to episode 11 of Love, Sex, Food. I'm Jigs
And I'm Prema.
and we're back again. We made a commitment last week that we would be better at um, saying hi to you guys. So we're back for episode 11. Last week, Prema put me on the spot, and this week, I'm going to put Prema on the spot. So this week, we're going to talk about something that I'm really passionate about, something that just gets me going. Something that that I dream about.
Wow, I'm like, okay. There's a lot of things going through my mind right
Yeah.
now. I'm
So
preparing myself.
so we're gonna talk about food today.
Oh.
We're gonna talk about food.
Okay.
Also because it's tied into a trip we have coming up. We're off to Italy next week on a bit of a food safari of Italy that Prem organized for us. So I think, would you agree that my desire and love for food is pretty unusual, would you say?
Well, I'd say it's definitely one of your love languages. It's not your first love language, but it definitely is a love language. And I think that you get very excited about all things food, trying new food, making food, um, restaurants, just hospitality in general. So yeah, I would say if I had to say what your number one interest was in the world, I'd say it was food. And then I'd say music.
Thank you. So food 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 does play a big part in our lives, not just from a functional point, but from a point of how do we try and manage the calories in a day and still enjoy what we love doing. So my question to you is a couple of folds. So the first one's going to be kind of easy, and then I'm going to get you more kind of involved. So the first question to me is, um, what are your top five cuisines that rate from like number one to number five?
Okay. All right. I
It's kind
wasn't
of easy,
I
that
wasn't
one.
expecting this
No?
actually, to be honest.
Yeah, but it's easy.
I'm hoping it's going to get a little bit more juicy
It is. It
rather
is.
than what's your favorite
Yeah.
kind of speak five favorite foods. Okay. Um Number 1 is probably Indian.
Boom, boom.
Number 2 is um Italian. Number 3, weirdly, I'm putting it in there. This is a bit of a weird one because
Mm,
actually it's an unusual cuisine, but I like French food, but not necessarily always because of the food, but because of the style.
okay.
I love everything like Paris food, the cafes, all of that. So I'm putting that as number 3. Number 4 would probably be sushi, and number 5 would probably be Mexican. But it can vary from time to time.
Okay.
Because I like very specific things, like I'm very into bao buns, you know?
You do love a bao bun.
And that's not a cuisine, that's just a thing within, I suppose, Korean, isn't it? Bao buns, I think?
Yeah. Mm,
Chinese, Korean. So yeah.
cool. All right. So pretty straightforward question, which then leads me on to which creates deeper intimacy? A great conversation, a great meal, or great sex?
Great sex. Yeah, I mean, a meal is great, but the level of intimacy there is, yeah, you can enjoy it. It's definitely pleasurable. I mean, I think that we have had lots of intimate, fun experiences with food, like peak moments with food that have given, like, bonded us as a couple. Like that
Yeah.
time when we went to Bandra,
Yeah.
and literally we just laughed through the whole entire meal because we were really, really enjoying the food. And it was super experimental. And because of that, I think that it just brought out an energy in us. So I do remember that meal very specifically as something that kind of was a bit of a peak moment, actually, of recent times. Um, Conversation, yes, I think that's a forerunner to good intimacy. Like sex without intimacy. It's a bit of a weird question, this, because sex without intimacy is not good sex. It's just transactional
Yeah.
kind of humping. So I think that intimacy actually is the foundation of good food, good conversation, and good sex. So I'm going to flip your question right round again and say that was the wrong question.
Well, no, you corrected it because it's not they are not independent of each other.
Yeah, yeah. I think intimacy, to be honest, I think intimacy is the root of to do with everything. Like intimacy, like I think when people hear that word, they think of doing something that's a bit like naughty. Like I think there's like a lingerie make called Intimacy,
Mm.
and like I can imagine it's like a mini series from the '80s, Intimacy, or a condom or something.
Oh, it sounds like a perfume.
Yeah. So, or yeah, a perfume for your lady bits.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
That could stink.
anyway,
A and
um,
on your man bits, that'd stink.
so yeah, so to me, like intimacy, people are a bit scared of intimacy because it actually means like getting to know. For me, it's like closeness, connection, and understanding the a wholeness of something. So when you're truly intimate with someone, you have to give all of yourself to an experience, whether it's a conversation, whether it's food, whether it's sex. So, for example, because we both really enjoy food, how many times have we bitten into some food and then done the usual kind of crazy eye roll up to the ceiling that I always look for when you first eat? Which I know, okay, if you've gone first, this is going to be amazing. Like that is a level of intimacy with food where it's like I'm not just eating for fitness or health or functionality or optimizing my body or biohacking. I am eating food for the sheer pleasure of how this food makes me feel, and this food makes me feel amazing.
Thank you for that great answer.
Hmm.
That was a great answer. So what so what would you say is the relationship equivalent to comfort food? So let's talk about comfort food first, right?
Yeah.
So what's your definition of comfort food?
Well, this is very. I'm turning all your questions upside down because I don't actually feel like I have a relationship related to comfort food. I don't really. I've never had a relationship with food where I eat for comfort. I'm not an emotional eater, honestly. I'm really not. It's like it's kind of like a bit of an unusual thing for me. Like when you're going on those like diet weight loss apps things, and it says, "Why do you eat? Do you eat because you're emotional? Do you eat because you're sad?" I don't. So for me, food has never given me comfort. Food actually excites me, like food where I'm entering into it as an experience. Food that I eat when I'm on my own and not with you is just to actually just eat so I don't fall over because I don't cook like that at home, but I absolutely love eating out. So I don't know. I don't think I see food as comfort.
But all right, so what about my on a cold winter's day, which is kind of opposite to the day that we're having now, but cold winter's day, and I made you my grilled tuna kimchi sandwich
Mm,
while you're in while you're wearing my hoodie. Isn't that
no.
no? Bollocks,
No, it
man.
wouldn't.
God.
I don't see food like that. I really enjoy flavor, taste, experience, and artistry in food. That's why I love you cooking for me because you never just give me food. You whatever it is, like even those eggs you cooked yesterday, like they're just eggs, but somehow they weren't just eggs. They were like, wow. So it's interesting, isn't it? Do you know what it could be, actually, without going too deep into my childhood trauma? Is that my mum never really cooked, and she never cooked like regular things like, oh, I love my mum's apple pie, or I love that roast dinner, or the way that my mum cooks this, that, and the other. So I never growing up ever had a relationship between, feeling better and food at all. So that's why I think that I don't have that, and that is actually an interesting question because 'cause I've never thought about it before. So I either eat just to eat, or I really enjoy other people's cooking where I know that they put the love into it, like here in this house.
I mean, would you agree though that now kind of food has become less functional, as in you need to have 3 meals a day, into curating experiences, even cooking at home, like all the stuff you see on social media, about home cooks. Now, you you don't have to be, um, a Michelin-starred chef that's trained at the culinary school of wherever to be a chef anymore. If you're passionate about food, you can now create. You can open a restaurant. You could do anything around food. You don't need that qualification because it's gone from this is how you do it to hey, I'm going to do it because it's a feeling, it's a passion, it's 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 my cause. So, would you say that food has become more like sensual, sexual, intimate now more than ever, or is that just in the eyes of me?
No. I mean, I don't think food is sexual or
You don't think food is sexual?
not in terms of not really. No, not sexual. No.
Sensual?
Sensual, yeah, maybe. But I don't think like the rise of people becoming home chefs on Instagram has made food more sensual because I don't scroll like you scroll. You just scroll like endlessly looking at food. And I understand why, because you love the cheese pool. You love the
The cheese ball?
you do though. You do. Don't lie. You love all of it, the stirring. And so I think that's your relationship with food because as said at the beginning, you said to me, "Do I know anyone who is as in love with food as you?" And the answer is no, because of the way that you do look at food a lot throughout the day. You look at food loads on the gram. You do. So I think that's potentially your view. Because me, I don't do that. And
S
my feed doesn't give me, like, milkshakes and ice cream and steak and sushi rolls and burritos and everything like that.
so then ho but wouldn't you say that so on our first date, when I fed you oysters
Mhm,
for the first time that anyone had ever fed you, and now it's just, 18 months down the line, it's a constant in our relationship where most of the time you don't even pick up a knife and fork if we're sharing a meal. I feed you.
mhm,
And it's part of our kind of our thing, right? Because you enjoy it.
mhm.
I enjoy feeding you. You enjoy being fed. But there is some form of like, there is an undertone of like sensuality there.
Oh, absolutely. Within couples, food can be really sensual, but what you asked me is, do I think that there's more people cooking at home, that food has become more sexualized or sensual? Not from Instagram, but I think food has always been part of, like, the central landscape. Like, look at, like, feasts and, all the kind of, pictures and art, oil paintings through
Yeah.
the years of, like, people banqueting and feasting and gorging and opulence and red velvet and grapes flowing and wine and, all of these different things. So I think, yeah, food is, if you think about food is like abundance, isn't it?
Hmm.
Because the having food means that you're completely and utterly supported. You're receiving everything you need as a human being. So it's like that feeling of like, oh, I'm in overflow of everything that I need, which I think is a very sensual and and activating, feeling. But I don't think it's like. I think it's how you use it as well. Like if you just put an apple in front of me, I wouldn't find that very sexual. But then there are other foods, like when you know,
Do you want to see how I cut an apple?
But, like, if you bite into a peach,
Yeah.
then that
Yeah.
that's a very different experience.
Yeah.
That's why I wanna go and see that film with you at the end of the month, Call Me by My Name, which is one of my favorite films. If you've never seen it, go see it. It's incredible, incredible story. And there's the famous peach scene in that film. What he does with a peach is definitely sexual.
All right.
Yeah, so we'll you'll be proven right when
There
we
we
go
go.
and see that at Soho House in a few weeks' time.
So food is, I mean, you mentioned earlier that food is definitely one of my love languages.
Mhm.
As in not just eating, but either preparing, but mainly feeding others. I really get a lot of joy in feeding others, and I think I definitely got that from my mum.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
and but would you say um, food can be a or should be a love language?
Yeah, definitely. I think we did a bit of a podcast on this a few episodes back, and food is definitely a way of showing that you care. It's love because it takes so much time, especially in Indian food, because the way that things are prepared. I mean, when your mum makes something, she can spend like hours and hours making something. Picking, I've seen her when she goes in the supermarket. She picks up everything and gives it a proper old squeeze or a
Yeah,
proper smell, because even at that stage, she's thinking, "Is this going to be the best food that I can create?" Whereas a lot of us just unconsciously, like, especially with things like if you're getting home delivery, someone else is even picking your food
yeah,
for you. So you're even less connected to food itself. So definitely it's a love language. What's interesting for me is that before I met you, I love food. I really loved eating out, but it's not a love language I experienced in my family. So my mum, hopefully she's not listening, she would say that she's not a home cooker. She's got a few stables, but she was a busy working mum. So I mainly had either the same thing every day of the week, and it was more like something out of the freezer, and then she had a couple of things from time to time that she would make, but food is not her thing at all. She's also, she only eats like 2 meals a day. She eats the same things very regularly, and she's very, very slim as well. So it's not her love language. And if I was being completely honest with my kids, it wasn't my love language to my kids either. Like, yes, I did loads of home baking. Yes, my kids learned how to cook with me. Yes, I cooked from scratch pretty much all of the time, but it's something I was doing to sort of like, "Oh, it's dinner time, I've got to make something for my kids." I wasn't like thinking, "Oh, I wonder what I could eat that would be nourishing their soul and seasonal ingredients and things." I just wasn't. And that's because I had 3 kids under 3.5, and I didn't have a lot of time. And I wasn't mothered in that way by my mum. And to be honest, I don't think my mum was mothered by her mum. So a
mm,
lot of it is to do with
generations back. Yeah,
generational family. Like, look at the Italians. I mean, gosh, this is what I'm really looking forward to when we go in a few weeks' time. Well, in a week's time, is the grandmas there, how they cook and the traditions, and my grandma's special sauce and all of that. Like,
mm.
I don't have any special sauce to give to my kids. I mean, we've got the butter chicken now, which
Yeah,
will be passed on to future
yeah.
generations that we have. But like, I don't know. Like, if you ever heard my kids say, "Oh, mum, will you cook us your famous, I don't know, Victoria sponge?" No, they don't, because they weren't brought up like that. And I'm absolutely fine to say that. I'm not going to pretend.
We are in just a quick footnote, but Prema's mother has invited us for dinner the night before we go to Italy. It's the first time she's going to cook for me. I'm very excited. Oh, and we know that she's going to make fish pie.
Yeah.
So we weren't sure if she was ever going to cook for me, right?
Well, you have set the bar very, very high. I would be intimidated for sure. And my mum loves you, and so she wants you to love her food. So we'll see what happens. Stay tuned for the next episode, which is called "The Fish Pie: What Really Happened Behind the Scenes."
It's not fair on her that we're literally flying out the next morning to go and eat in some Italian nonna's
Mhm.
home.
Yeah,
It's definitely not fair. So,
no comparison.
but do you know just what you said about the ingredients part as well? Like even when you look at that, one of the things that really gives me joy, even just before I cook, is getting the ingredients together, going out there. Now, going to Tesco's is not particularly fun, but one of our aspirations and our things in our lifestyle that we would love to have, which we will soon, would be to imagine going to your local farmer's market and picking the ingredients and picking the well, not
Can I
n
just I've gotta just say something off the back
yeah,
of
I've just
that.
realized what I just said.
So our local farmers market in Goa, is that what you were thinking
Oh
of?
god, yeah, I just oh,
So it's brilliant, honestly. I mean, the food is incredibly fresh, and it's like the onion seller. There's like literally a small mountain of onions, and people literally picking out which onions. You've got every fruit and vegetable. It's all lined along the street. It's absolutely incredible. The only thing about it is that it is right next to the cow field. And it smells like cow shit.
yeah,
Like you have like not just regular cow shit that's sort of like, you get a waft, but like, when they're out in the fields, like spraying manure, that's what it smells like. So
yeah,
it's like really difficult because your eyes are going like, wow, this looks like the most fresh, the most amazing food you could ever, ever, ever have. But your nose is going, it literally smells like just a just a stinking pile of shit.
yeah,
Like, so we're gonna have to try and work out how we can do this.
yeah,
Because that is an actual privilege to be able to walk from our house. I'd say it was like 5 minutes
yeah,
to, like, the local, food market and all the spices. Actually, it's gonna be amazing. It's
yeah,
gonna be
exactly.
amazing.
And like there's like fresh fish everywhere on ice. Like that's my kind of that's my go-to. Like local, you don't have to worry about what when it was caught or picked or any of that stuff. But yeah, that's to come in our Goa adventure
Mm.
at the end of the year. So that I think is it for the episode of Love, Sex, Food.
I feel, to be honest, like you gave me a pretty tame
I
question.
did.
I was expecting something a lot more juicy. I was ready. So I mean, this is we need to uphold the food of Love Sex Food.
Yeah.
We also I'm going to bully you until we get a date to do our food safari in London, which we're going to do because I want to do this because I've got this dream that's I will help some other couple find true love through going on a food safari because it's such a brilliant thing to do. You learn so much about people through food. So that I'm going to do that. I'm
S-
just saying it here and now.
So we're going to make a commitment on the next episode that we record next Saturday or Sunday. We will also have scheduled a time and a date
Yeah,
for a food safari in August, did
in
we say?
August. Yeah.
Um, and it will be fairly casual. You could DM us if you're interested in coming to find out more details. But it is a journey of four. Well, actually, I'm not even going to
No,
say the
exactly.
logistics yet.
Put it this way, it's a magical mystery tour related to food, and you're gonna have a great time. That's it. That's
Yeah,
what we should just put on the flyer, and
done.
people who are curious will say yes, and people who want to know exactly where we're going, what we're doing, how much, what the blah blah blah. They're not our people
Mm,
because I mean, when we met and we did it, we had never even seen each other's faces.
yeah.
So this is the adventure. If you're ready.
So it's going to be. It is going to be an intimate group, though. So there's only going to be 8 of us. So
And I wanna do singles.
yeah. So it'll be 2 of us, 3 single females, 3 single
Men,
men.
yeah.
Um, and yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
So that'll be next Saturday. We're being really good. We're doing this every Saturday morning with our cups of coffee whilst we're in bed before we get up. So I hope you're enjoying it, and thank you for being patient with us. But we're getting back on a roll, and I think actually next episode I think would be really interesting to share is what we're up to at the moment in terms of startups and entrepreneurship, because we are actually kind of playing with quite a few startups right now.
Yeah.
And I think that is, this is real life what's going on in our lives. This is actually the weekly. We're like quantum leaping timelines every week at the moment. So maybe next week we'll talk a little bit about that.
While we're in Italy.
No, we won't have gone by then, but on our
Oh,
as we depart for Italy.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. It's been really fun. And I'm really hungry now after that
There
episode.
you go. Well, we got 4 minutes until we've got to get on a
Another
Zoom call
call.
with
All right.
someone.
Okay.
So
All
look,
right.
have a wonderful weekend, guys. See you next week.
All right. Bye.